Hello once again everybody and welcome to the third edition of Megalan7's game finds and pickups. Been managing to do fairly well recently, so I've been able to release these videos about once a week. Like I said, don't expect a schedule, these will be done once I believe I found enough to warrant making a video. And it just so happens that recently I've been doing pretty well in finding stuff. So what have I got to show you guys this time? Well, first I have a couple Goodwill finds from a Goodwill location that actually tends to be pretty dry, especially recently. But for the first time in a while, it turned up some really good stuff. And also, funny story, while I was there, I ended up accidentally breaking a vase because I barely nudged a table and it wobbled itself off. Lovely. But anyway, the first thing I saw on the game shelf was a bunch of 360 games, and in it, I found Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. It's complete. Love the Lego games, they're always fun. I also found a copy of Max Payne, which I surprisingly don't already have a copy of. This game is also complete. And then what I thought was the most impressive is actually a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Hardened Edition. Got this steelbook case, instruction books in there, discs in there. Even got the art book. Yeah, art book for Call of Duty. Kind of funny. And of course the little slip cover. The only thing it was missing was the code for Call of Duty Classic, but surprisingly, probably about a year ago, I actually found just the steel case for a Hardened Edition before, and it had it in there. So now between this and that, I've gotten a complete one. So later, me and some of my friends hit up some other Goodwills, and we did not so great at the Goodwills. There wasn't a whole ton to be found, but we did find a little bit. And one really cool thing that I found was a still sealed Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 for the Xbox. You can really tell it's sealed by the sticker right there. Personally, I really kind of wanted it, just not only because it was sealed, but because I'm a huge fan of the Tony Hawk franchise up to about American Wasteland. After that, it really started to kind of fall off and become more like Skate. And so most people like it. I just couldn't get into Skate. I was more a fan of the arcadey feel of Tony Hawk games. So it was really cool to find a sealed copy of a game that's been probably one of my favorite franchises in video games. As much as I tend to not like sports games, it's the one franchise I make an exception for. Another Goodwill, I found this Mario Kart DS, but uh-oh. There's nothing in there except my receipt for something else I bought there. Sucked that the game wasn't there, but I got the case for free, and I'm just going to turn it into a case for a Game Boy Advance game. Just get a repro cover off of coverart.com and call it a day. The other thing I found was a copy of War of the Monsters, which is a really cool little fighting game. Well, it's not like your traditional fighting game. You can't really think of much else to compare it to, but you're just like King Kong and a giant praying mantis and all kinds of crazy monsters and stuff just beating the crap out of each other in cities. It's pretty cool. You can actually like pick up cars and throw them at each other and throw people into buildings or monsters into buildings. It's pretty fun. Now, while me and my friends were at the Goodwills, we ended up near one of our local game stores, and we decided to stop in and see what was there, even though sometimes it tends to be overpriced. And we've had a couple issues with customer service there a few times, but hey, we'll still check it out and see what's going on. But actually today, everybody working there seemed really nice and helped us out a lot, and it was actually really, really great. I was quite surprised. And, I'll go back again every now and then. But I did manage to find a couple NES games that I didn't own, so I went ahead and grabbed those. Got a copy of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Great game right here. Yeah, a lot of these are pure gems on the NES, but I didn't have them, so I went ahead and picked them up. Got the Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. Quattro Sport. The Magic of Shahrazade. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. And then the most expensive of the bundle that I bought from this game store, a copy of Lolo 3. And the guy who owns the place actually did take some money off because the top of the label, as you can see here, has like come unglued. But he told me I can just like put some Gorilla Glue on it, which I kind of already knew. At first he said $29 for everything, you know, pre-tax, but I got him to go down to $25. He did also have a copy of Bomberman 2, but he wanted like $60 for it, which isn't bad, but I just don't really have $60 to throw at it at the current time. Or $60 that I'm willing to throw at it right now. So anyway, last couple things I have to show you come from yard sales, which I didn't get to do that many this week because it was raining on and off, so there weren't a whole lot of yard sales, but there was a lot of stuff to be found at the ones that were up and running. First thing I found was Ratchet & Clank Size Matters for the PS2. Paid 50 cents for it. Oh, and I realize, looking back now, or thinking back now on other stuff I showed in this video, I haven't been saying the prices, but don't worry, I'll have captions saying what I paid for everything. Most of the Goodwill stuff was $5 or $4. So at the same place where I found the Ratchet & Clank, I got this. 8 box. I'm going to have to move the camera for this. A Wii. Everything to run it's in there. The AV cables, the sensor bar, the power brick system. There were 2 nunchucks, but only 1 Wiimote, which is kind of weird. And Wii Sports is in the console. I got it for $10. Yeah. Now there was a couple issues, like the system's really kind of dirty, and there was battery acid in the Wiimote that had to be cleaned out before the controller would work, which was unfortunate. But for $10, those are really, really, really minor complaints. So moving on from that, I hit up another yard sale where I found one game, and after asking them, they said it was like they had already got rid of all the games, and they just kind of found this one in the back of a drawer or something, so it was just, you know, a one-off. But I got Beyblade for the PS1. It's complete, everything's there. It's 50 cents, why not? So then the last thing I have to show for this video is a lot that I bought from a yard sale. This place also had a boxed Xbox, which I was interested in because I don't have a box for the original Xbox. But they wanted $30. It didn't have the power cable. There was no games with it, and $30 just seemed kind of steep for that. But I did get a slim PS2, pushing it into frame. Door opens and closes, which is pretty much the biggest sticking point of slim PS2, just making sure the door shuts. Now, I haven't had a slim PS2 before, and when I was testing this thing, I had a problem with some games not wanting to really like go in center right, and I would just close the lid and it'd be like and make this nasty like grinding noise. And then the disc would like completely pop off this little center ring here. Some games didn't do that at all, some did. I don't know if it's something wrong with the Slim or if it's just a problem that happened. I have no idea. I was able to get every game that I got with the system to work eventually. But I did also get 2 controllers with it, which I don't feel like showing you because they're just controllers. One of them has no rubber on one of the analog sticks, so that kind of sucks. But onto the games I picked up with it. We got, and there's also a dance mat, which is actually sitting out in my trunk that I keep forgetting to get out of my car. It's actually a fairly high quality one. It's one of the ones that has like the styrofoam or foam board inside to give it a bit more like, you know, resilience. instead of some of the flimsy ones, such as like if you ever had the dance pad that came with the DDR Mario mix. Those were really flimsy. These had more structure to them. So the first game is Dance Dance Revolution Extreme. It's complete. Moving the camera over so I can try to reframe these shots better. We got DDR Max 2, which in my opinion I think is the best one. I think it has the best selection of songs. Of at least the DDR games I played. I haven't really played anything after the PS2 ones. I kind of fell out of the whole craze at that point. We have Flipnik Ultimate Pinball, which, funny enough, is made by Capcom. Seems kind of weird to me to see a pinball game made by Capcom. Also complete. Always nice to see when I get a bundle of games, the majority at least is complete. A lot of times you'll get a couple with manuals, but sometimes they just disappear. Wheel of Fortune, nothing special here, just Wheel of Fortune. Got it for a ton of other consoles. Got like 2 or 3 for the NES. I think I'm only missing the Vanna White one. I had one at one point. I bought it from a store. No matter how hard I tried, I even got other people to try and help me get it to work. Never worked, so I just had to go take it back and get my money back. It was all $3. The Sims Bustin' Out. It's complete. Greatest Hits Edition. And then the game that I really wanted out of the lot, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Once again, complete. So everything. Oh, didn't notice the case is broken. Probably gonna replace that, but it's all there. At first, the lady had said $30 for the PS2 and the games, which I didn't really want to pay because I have a PS2. The games are kind of cool, but not enough to make it worth $30 to me. I asked if she sold just Monkey Ball, and she was going to, which was going to be $3, but then she said she'd take $25 and she'd throw in the dance mat. And I thought $25 for those games and a PS2 Slim was a good deal, so I went ahead and took it. Alright guys, so that's everything I've picked up pretty much in a week, since I guess that was when I recorded the last video. Don't know if it's when I uploaded it or whatever. But I digress. So we'll see what I happen to pick up between now and my next video, and we'll just kind of go from there. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe like the video, comment below. Subscribe to my channel, please. Hope you enjoyed watching. Peace.